Hi, my name is Judie Vankooiman, and you're watching Life Issues. May's show is about Winthrop CASA. My guests are Paige, who is the Youth Program Coordinator, and Jake, who is Assistant Youth Program Director. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Paige, I'm going to start with you. What is your professional background?
So I've worked with kids for the past 7 years. I started my journey working with kids at the YMCA as a part-time staff, and then I was able to work my way up there to teen experience specialist. I was able to be teen camp director, and then I ended up working as the student coordinator at their alternative school program called PASS. And then I ended up here at CASA through my youth coalition work and prevention work through the PASS program and working alongside Amy while she was in Gloucester.
Okay, great. And so it's all about kids.
Yeah, all about kids.
So you must like kids a little bit.
Yes, yep, especially the middle schoolers.
That's good. You have to in this. And Paige, how old is CASA?
We just celebrated our 25-year anniversary.
Awesome, awesome. So that's cool. Winthrop needed that.
Mm-hmm.
And what does CASA stand for?
CASA stands for Community Action for Safe Alternatives, and we try to provide safe alternatives for the youth in Winthrop and provide resources for the parents and community members throughout Winthrop.
Great. And Jake, I'm going to switch it to you. What is your professional background?
So ever since I was a kid, I've kind of just really wanted to work with children. But in high school, I started working after-school programs and summer programs with youth. And ever since then, I've been working with kids. All of my jobs have been with kids, and I'm lucky enough to work with CASA now and be able to give back to the community I grew up in. So, I think it's a great opportunity.
So another one that just likes kids.
Yeah.
That's good.
Gotta love them.
That's awesome. And how was CASA started?
So CASA was started by two parents back in 1997, I believe, and they saw a need for a safe space for middle and high schoolers to hang out, and they also saw a need for the parents to have resources. So that's kind of what we've been doing since then,
Yeah, I actually knew, one has passed on now, another one is still here, but I know both of them and stuff, so it was good what they did and stuff. So, and Jake, what is the mission statement?
I have it right here, actually. We just made a brand new one. So,
Okay, awesome.
in collaboration with community partners, CASA offers no-cost, safe, inclusive programming with opportunities to build resiliency, foster social, emotional learning skills, and address mental health needs for youth and families. Through outreach and initiatives, we aim to empower youth to actively engage in their communities and to reach their full potential.
That's excellent. Excellent. I like that.
Me too.
And Paige, how old do the students have to be to participate in CASA?
So we start in middle school, but we have high school groups as well. Most of our drop-ins are through middle schoolers. So we say 13, but we do have some young middle schoolers, so 12 years old is where we try to focus on, 12 to like 18.
Okay, all right. And what are CASA's current programs?
We have a bunch of programs. So for our drop-in specifically, in the EB Newton, we have our men's group. We have regular middle school drop-in, which is 3 days a week currently. We have our Q Club on Wednesdays, and then we have a community service club during the school year, and at the end of the school year, we shift to social justice club. And then we also have on Thursdays, for juniors and seniors, we have a college mentoring program that we contract someone to come in and support those students. And then in the school, we have Youth Works. So kids, it's a soft career readiness program that the kids can go to after school. They try to do that twice a year and once in the summer. And then we also have the new Equitable Family Engagement Network that just was formed, and that is to support our English language learners and the new immigration population that's coming to Winthrop. We really wanted to help support them and give them a safe space, and so I think I hit everything. Did I miss anything?
Almost feels like we have so many we
I
can't
know.
get
I'm
all
like,
of.
it's
Wow.
yeah.
You mentioned Q Club. Can you
Q Club.
elaborate on that for
Yep.
people that don't know?
Yeah, so Q Club is on Wednesdays from 4 to 7. We actually have a contractor come in, Michael McSweeney. He is a Winthrop resident, was raised here, went to high school here. And it's a safe space for the LGBTQIA plus community to come, hang out, feel safe, meet more community members, and really talk about the issues in their community specifically.
Okay.
And we also have in the summer middle school mentors, I forgot to mention. So that is a program for our rising 6th graders and 8th graders to also get soft career readiness skills and a chance to work with the kids, because we partner with the 21st Century School, so they get a chance to have like an early on firsthand experience with youth to kind of figure out if they like working with kids.
Awesome. Okay, you mentioned a whole list of programs, but is there any some specific support groups? That
So we have our men's group for men. It's on Mondays. They can come in. They hang out with Noah, Jake. They do specific manly things. They do a lot of gaming, poker. They talk about being a toxic masculinity, all of those topics. But our most popular is definitely Q Club. Very well attended. It always has at least 10 kids there. This past weekend, they were able to go to Youth Pride in Boston, so we were able to host them there and have them meet all of those connections through Bagley and Nagley, and it's kind of fun to be able to spoil them in that way.
Nice. Good. Good. And Jake, who oversees the programs?
So depending on the program, we have a large group of coworkers. Michael runs the Q Club, and he also runs the middle school mentors. Me and Paige are like the more of the drop-in coordinators, so we'll do middle school drop-in. We have Jess, who's the college readiness. There's Jen, who works in the school with the Youth Works, and then Amy is the director. So she handles a lot of things. She handles staff meetings. She handles feels like a million things sometimes.
She writes all the grants.
Yeah, she writes grants.
Yeah.
Handles a lot of fundraising stuff, things like that.
Okay. And speaking of fundraising, what type of fundraising does CASA do?
We actually most recently had the 25 for 25, which was on our website too. We asked people to donate $25 or any denomination of money really to support CASA and commemorate the 25 years of service that they've been doing to the community, and now we do to the community. So.
Okay. So is there anything in the works in the future, or?
Well, we just recently, our board has created a fundraising committee. So luckily, we have a few board members that are dedicating their time to that. So we're trying to do possibly a 5K in the future, but we're definitely trying to incorporate more fundraising into our framework, because we find it important, and that's what we're funded off of is donations and grants. So it's kind of helpful.
Right. Okay. Jake, would you like to talk about Winthrop Field Day for the middle and high school?
Yeah, so this was something that the social justice group put together in collaboration with Amy and Paige. And so they decided that because social justice group has a activity that they work together on to have something that comes out of the group essentially. So they decided to have a field day where there's going to be free food, free games to play, and I think it's a really great way to kind of show the community CASA doesn't do one specific thing. They kind of allow for a lot of different things, and also social justice group doesn't just have to be a sit down and talk about problems. We can all come together and work together on something.
Okay, and when is that going to be?
June
10th.
June 10th.
Yeah, June 10th,
Okay.
11 to 3, down at Ingleside Park.
Okay, Saturday?
Yep, it's a Saturday. Yep.
Okay, great. And Paige, can you tell us what it will be happening starting June 27th?
Yes, so June 27th is the first day of middle school mentors. So they start with the training week, so it's kind of fun, a little orientation for them to get used to the program before it really starts. That's where they'll get to meet Michael, meet each other. They get to go through a bunch of team building projects first before really getting hands-on into their community projects, because they do the same thing. They work on a community project or a volunteer project throughout their 5-week program. And it's starts the 27th, that they'll get to learn social emotional tools for helping younger kids. They'll get their career readiness, but most importantly, it's the partnership that we have with 21st Century and being able to have the wraparound with those kids, because most of our mentors are 21st Century kids, and they remember their mentor and how they worked for the program.
Right. So how long does the go for?
It's a 5-week program.
So until towards the end of July? Or
Yeah,
something?
towards the end of the July. I think the last week is like.
No, does that cost anything?
Nope.
No.
Nope. There is a little like application process, kind of to get the kids used to applying and interviewing. But other than that, everything at CASA we try to offer completely free.
Nice, nice. And Paige, CASA is co-hosting a Pride potluck. Please tell us more.
Yes. So last year, Lydia Edwards invited us to the Pride potluck, and she did the same this year, but to co-host. So we luckily accepted, and we will be down there June 17th with resources, and we'll also be doing tie-dye for the community. So the kids will be tie-dyeing pillowcases.
Yeah.
And again, it'll be free, and it's another opportunity for the kids to be involved in an entire community event. Our Q Club has been around for almost 6 years, I think Amy said. So it's fun to see them now included in whole community events and not just Q Club as themselves.
Yeah, cool, good. And last month, CASA tabled at the Wellness Fair. What was that about?
Yeah, so the high school and the middle school invited us to their wellness fairs, and CASA was able to provide the high school with a Minding Your Mind assembly. So that is someone comes in and uses firsthand experience to talk about, they talked about disordered eating, sexual assault, stuff like that for kids to understand like depression, anxiety in school more. And then for the middle schoolers, we brought in services, and they had their regular wellness fair, tabling fair for kids to get resources. But we were able to provide like self-defense and like confidence courses for the middle schoolers and boys and girls. It was 2 separate groups, so we were able to fund that for the wellness fairs.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's very important for kids to learn that too.
Yeah.
And Jake, in the past, CASA has been awarded some grants. Please tell us more.
Yeah, so Amy, the director, is really responsible for a lot of the grants, and she does a fantastic job in being able to not only promote CASA as something that can use this money to an advantage of the community. I believe we get DESI, CART is another one of the grants. A lot of them are really helpful because, you know, as a nonprofit, like sometimes it's almost impossible to run completely off of community donations. So, you know, stating our case and saying, hey, we can use your resources to provide more resources for the community is always something that's, you know, it's special to a community.
Right. Yeah, I think in the past, the Shannon grant was another one.
We have a Shannon grant that helps us with like our open rec at the gym that we host, which I forgot to mention during our drop-ins. But during the school year, we partner with the police, and we go down to the rink and we have drop-in basketball basically in the gym for the kids that are interested. It's once again free.
What do they do during that time?
They play basketball in the front, and then in the back, we do beading, arts and crafts. Usually there's trivia, but there's also a bunch of arcade games and an air hockey table.
Yeah,
back
prize giveaways
Yeah.
too.
Hey, if it's any giveaways, I'm sure the kids are
I mean, when it was during the winter, when it's too cold to go outside, it's a perfect place for them to go.
Yeah.
Exactly. They need someplace.
Definitely.
And it gives them a better partner or relationship with the police
True.
because they're there with us firsthand.
And they can see that they're the good guys,
Yeah.
type stuff and everything. So that's awesome what CASA's doing for the kids and stuff. So, and Jake, is CASA a year-round organization?
Yeah, so CASA is year-round, fully free year-round. The only difference is that some of the programs change. Like obviously, during the summer, we're open later and open earlier because we don't have to be constrained to when school is let out. Mentors runs during the summer, but a lot of our programming that we have during the school year also runs during the summer, like middle school drop-in and things like that.
Okay. And Jake, since the kids started coming to CASA, have you noticed a difference in their lives?
So generally and specifically, there is a tremendous change in some kids in certain ways and some kids in other ways. You know, some kids, we have the divergence program, which we also forgot to mention, with Leanna Ruzioni.
Yes.
And we have kids that have an option to come to CASA and work on homework and have, you know, good relationships with people in the community, and to be able to show that, you know, just because they may act out in school doesn't mean that, you know, that's just who they are and they're always going to be that kind of kid, you know what I mean? So a lot of kids that come to CASA have maybe some, on the surface, problems, but really when you get down to know a lot of these kids, you know, it's very small things in the grand scheme of things, and getting to know them, like me and Paige do with the drop-ins, like it totally opens up their world and our world.
It's cool. So you said that there was another program that,
Yeah.
Yes.
so you want to talk about?
Yes. In the school, we also have our diversion program, so kids that are getting suspended or have been suspended or need support at this point, they can, the school refers them to the diversion program, and they come, it could be once a week, twice a week. It depends on the student, the severity of the situation, and we help them on a goal. They set one. It could be something as simple as completing homework, raising their grades, or doing a project with us. And it only goes for a certain amount of time, so it's not forever. And then they can go back to school without their suspension. So it's cool to alleviate the suspension and also provide them support.
A lot of times kids just need support and structure. And there is certain circumstances where kids can't get support and structure at home. And
Right.
you know, it's always good to provide something for kids like that.
It's also cool to provide the change of pace with school, because if you're constantly getting in trouble in school and then you have to sit in school and stay in trouble, it's like nicer to come to CASA and know that you're still in trouble, but like we aren't holding that against you. Like we're here just to work against or work towards your goals that you're set.
Right. That's cool. Good. And Paige, can people volunteer with CASA?
Yes, during the school year, we have a volunteer club specifically. So we try to start either a club at CASA. So this year we had 2 boys that were interested in starting a homework club for the middle schoolers and 5th graders. It was great. And so they would come on Fridays to do the planning for the homework club, and then they would come again on Tuesdays and volunteer and help diversion kids or any kids, sometimes even staff, that wanted to do their homework while at CASA. And they knew this new math way more than we knew it. And it was so helpful. And it's so nice to know that there are kids out there that want to help other kids, especially with homework. Because most kids don't even want to do their own homework.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
But other than that, we also, if high schoolers want to contact me directly, they can come into drop-in, middle school drop-in, and get volunteer hours. And then we're always looking for volunteers for open rec, especially. If you're interested in basketball, that is a great volunteer opportunity, because that's the main event at open rec. And we also do other smaller events like the field day, or at the end of August, we'll be having a mini golf event for middle schoolers and high schoolers. We'll be having a mini golf event.
Oh, okay.
So another opportunity for high schoolers to volunteer, and or adults if they'd like to.
Good. All right. And Paige, if anyone has any questions about anything that they've heard here, can you give us your contact info?
It's pcaballero@winthropcasa.org.
Okay. And is there anything else either one of you would like to add about CASA?
I guess in the near future, on July 10th, our hours will officially be expanding. So we will be open for 5 days a week for middle school drop-in, Monday through Friday. Monday through Thursday, it'll be 1:30 to 6:30, and then Fridays, it'll be 3 till 8 p.m. So we try to make up for the loss of open rec and the kids that are out between those hours, so they can come to us. And then all of our regular programming is just, again, extended hours, so we'll just be open way more for kids to come in and have a safe space and hang out. We'll have a ton more summer events, like the mini golf event on August 31st. And that's it's after school starts, so we kind of wanted to give them a nice little event after school starts to de-stress and have fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Jake, is there anything that you'd like to add?
Just I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to show the town and, you know, the people watching what we're about and how we'd like to help. And, you know, we're always open to suggestions for different things as well. You know, any way we can help the town and the town can help us in conjunction. I mean, that's what we're all about, so.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm sorry, but that's all the time we have. Thank you both for all you do for those in need. I'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions. Please send them to lifeissuestv@gmail.com. And remember, live each day to the fullest and celebrate life.